Went to the door, and the doorman, he opened the door and says, "Well, gentlemen, come right in." And we thought, man, we're big shots, you know. Yeah, and so there we walked in, and here was the stairs going up to the mezzanine floor. And Bob says, "Okay, let's go." So up the stairs we went, and right at the top of the stairs was a big double door, and on each door was a big, the doors were open, and on the door was a big white skeleton on each door on a big old green thing, and it said Abbott's Magic Shop. So as we walked in the doorway, because there was a bunch of about 8 or 10 magicians in there, they either had a cigar puffing on it, a big old cigar, and one guy had a pipe, puffing away on a pipe. There was only one guy who wasn't smoking, but I don't know how I remember that. But anyway, I'm going to pass this around. This is that shop. These are all original things here. That's the shop, and if you notice in the picture how everybody's dressed. For a magic meeting,
Suit and tie.
tie, suit and tie, fedora hats, you know, oh man. Anyway, and this is, these are all original pictures made in 1947.
That's it. Civilization's gone to hell as we know it.
And that's Duke Stern, the manager. Anyway,
Wow.
we went in, and of course right away one of the guys had to come over and show us a card trick, you know. And Duke said, "Hey boys, you want to be magicians?" We said, "Well, I think so, you know." And Duke said, "Well, come on over here, I'll show you something." So he took me back. Bob was still looking around, took me back there, and he said, "I'll show you a magic trick. How much you want to spend?" I said, "Well, I got $1." And he said, "Well, I got something here, won't cost you quite that much." So he got this Coke bottle that was full of water. You all know what I'm talking about. Full of water. And he put his hand on top of it, and turned it upside down, you know, and took his hand up, and I said, "Whoa, water didn't come out." Well, he took a pencil stuck up there, toothpick stuck up there, you know. And my eyes got about this big, and I said, "Wow." I said, you know, he takes them out and comes back away and hands me the bottle. I said, I'll take it. And I said, "How much?" He said, 50 cents. So he said, "Come on down here, I'll show you the secret." So I went down there and then the counter, he said, "Now, first thing you gotta do, you gotta raise your hand and swear never to tell secret and everything to the magician's oath." And I said, "Yes, sir," whatever. Raised my hand and put me through the whole shamil, you know. And I think he made it up, but anyway. But anyway, you know. So he showed me the secret, and I looked at him and I said, "Wow." I said, "That sure is easy." I said, "How the devil can I fool anybody with that?" He looked me right in the eye and said, "Fooled you, did it not?" So that has stuck with me ever since 1945, my first magic trick.
Yeah.
And he always told me, he said, Duke, he was my mentor. He said, "It's not how much you pay for a trick, or how little you pay for a trick, how big that thing is, or how little the trick is." He says, "It's presentation."
Yeah.
Is you make it interesting, and make it. And here's a couple more pictures. This right here is these all originals too. That's Blackstone doing his trunk. It's what they call it, Chris?
Wardrobe trunk.
Wardrobe trunk, yeah. The little kid, they shoot an arrow at the thing, and then whatever doll that they hit, it would they would open, show the trunk, he'd be open up, and put the girl in, and she'd come out with that costume on. It was really neat. And here's one, if you guys can see if you can guess what Blackstone's doing there.
I can.
Oh, I know you can. You can.
Oh,
I sure can.
the Afghan man.
Yes, sir.
What?
Afghan.
Afghan man's right there.
Okay.
Oh, this little thing on the back of this Duke told all the kids in the Young Magician Club, they said, well, if you got 2 weeks to get yourself something up, you know, and if you come in, if you don't perform, well, you can't come in the shop anymore. So the newspaper came out and did a little thing. I was doing juggling at that time and plus magic, but anyway, that's my story about my first
Well, thank you.
into magic.
And how old were you then?
15,
15.
yeah,
So that would be almost 80 years ago, folks.
almost. I'm 94 now, so.
Almost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sure, by the way. Oh, I'll tell you, oh, if I got one for a quickie, another quickie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. There we were standing there, no, it was a Saturday afternoon, and here comes this guy through the door, and it was Harry Blackstone Sr. And he came in, and of course, Bob and I were flabbergasted, and he says, well, I got my show, hey Duke, I got my show, and they started jabbering a little bit, and so first thing I did, I got on the phone and called all the magicians I could find in Duke's book, you know, and so it wasn't an hour, and the place was full, you know, full of magicians. And so Duke and Harry got up there and did a few little things, and Harry says, hey Duke, Bob and I was standing there, and he says, hey Duke, you suppose you could find me a couple young fellas that could help backstage, maybe in a couple of my shows? And Bob and I was standing there going, you know. And so we got to work his show for that particular weekend. Then we worked at, I worked his show in 1948. That's where I think I met Chris's dad. Chris's dad was one of Harry Blackstone Sr.'s assistants. And have you, any of you ever heard of Adele?
Yeah.
Del Freak.
Huh? Yeah,
Del Freak.
She's a Lucy Butterfly.
Yeah.
I got to meet her backstage, and man, I fell in love right away. Oh, she's still living, by the way. She's the same age as me. Anyway,
It's never
that's
too late, Rich.
that's my story, and you're stuck with it.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes,
Back then, how much was a ticket to go see Blackstone?
$2.
It's a lot back then.
That seems like a pretty hefty amount, right?
It was back then.
But it
Well,
was
that
worth
was
it.
for the good seats.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Give him a big round of thank you so much. That was awesome.